Rich Gresham. In a few minutes, we'll begin our coverage of the 10th Annual Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge. But before we do, Tom Gresham and I want to take a look at this competition from the competitor's point of view.
You know, the all-around format of this event attracts a wide variety of competitors, from many of the nation's top guns to club shooters from all around the country.
This event is the ultimate shooting event.
We've been back 10 years. Next year will be 11 years. It's a wonderful event.
There's a lot of serious shooting going on, but everybody's having a great time. Everybody's so up and excited and rooting for each other.
You know, Tom, in good measure, different courses of fire at the challenge have also been developed with the weekend shooter in mind. And many of those weekend shooters are here.
Well, that's right. You know, and even though some of them have customized their equipment, a lot of these teams are shooting guns that are right out of the box or even out of their gun racks at home.
Anybody can come out and be competitive. You can basically go to any sporting goods stores and buy pretty much all the equipment you'll need, all the ammunition you need to shoot the entire event.
The standard equipment that's available on the market today, all you have to do is show up with your brand new out-of-the-box gun and go to it.
One of the big draws here at the challenge is that there's a lot of cash on the line. And it's not just the top couple of teams that finish in the money. In the novice class, the payout goes down to 5th place, and in the sportsman's class, all the way down to 10th place.
Well, that's right, and this year the novice class is going to pay almost $5,000, and the total purse in the sportsman's class is over $24,000. Now that translates into 5th and 6th place winnings of more than a few $1,000s. And in the team challenge, you don't have to shoot a perfect score or even a near perfect score to finish among the winners.
Saying you have to be perfect to shoot in this sport, I think, is way off base. I think if you get to watching the team shoot, you'll see that each person has their strong suit. The prize money here is quite staggering.
Well, there's no question that entices a lot of people to come. This is the only event I shoot any time that pays real money. And there is real money to be made by a lot of teams.
There is a lot of money on the line. It's one of the biggest purses out there for a tournament like this.
It doesn't happen very often that you can get the opportunity to shoot for this kind of money.
The money's obviously a great enhancement to come, but that's really not the big thing. It's just the fun and the thrill of it more than it is the money.
Of course, as in any shooting game, practice is the key. The National Shooting Sports Foundation has team challenge preview events in regions all around the country where you can experience all these courses of fire firsthand.
You can also get a free copy of the Sportsman's Team Challenge Competitor's Manual, which includes course of fire diagrams as well as suggestions on how you can practice on your own.
For more information on the Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge preview events, or to get a free copy of the Competitor's Manual, write to the following address: Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge, National Shooting Sports Foundation, 11 Mile Hill Road, Newtown, Connecticut, 06470. Combine fast-action shooting with instantly visible hit or miss targets, from metal plates out at 90 yards to plate targets that zoom overhead at over 60 miles per hour, and you have a shooting match that's almost as exciting to watch as it is to shoot. From start to championship round finish, no other competition places more demands on a shooter's all-around ability. It's a one-of-a-kind triathlon of handgun, rifle, and shotgun marksmanship skills. Perhaps the ultimate challenge for any of America's top competitive shooters.
Chevy Trucks, Shooting Sports America.
Hi, I'm Rich Gresham, shooting editor for Sports Field magazine, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 10th Annual National Championships of the Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge here at the Markham Park Target Range in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And joining me to cover the top teams in this year's National Championship is fellow Sports Field editor Tom Gresham.
Hey, Grit, it's good to be here with you. You know, the goal of every team here is to earn a spot in the championship round, and that's getting harder every year. Over the last 2 days of preliminary competition, dozens of teams have been whittled down to the top 3, which will now enter the championship round. And with the National Shooting Sports Foundation and Chevy Truck putting up a cash purse of over $160,000, it's no surprise that these teams are made up of America's top guns. One of the clear favorites here would have to be the Sierra Starline team. All 3 members are veteran Team Challenge competitors, past champions, and top-ranked shooters in their own disciplines.
David Tubbs is America's top metallic silhouette rifle shooter, and Doug Koenig may well be America's best all-around shooter, with 5 Masters and 2 Bianchi Cup championships already to his credit.
And Mike Plaxco captained the many-time championship team of Smith & Wesson.
The Dillon Precision team should also put on a strong run for the title. The Dillon team is captained by Rob Latham, not only one of America's top handgunners, but also one of the strongest all-around competitors at this event. Team member Arndt Meyer is an internationally known practical pistol shooter, and Mike Voigt has a number of national titles of his own. Both are also highly accomplished shotgunners and rifle shooters as well.
Dillon played a bridesmaid's role here before, and they're primed to take top honors this year. Rounding out the championship teams is Team Texas. Team captain Robert Massey is a champion rifle shooter who has competed in every team challenge event. Jeff Shoppy is best known as a handgun shooter, but has gone all out in becoming a top-ranked rifle and shotgun shooter as well. Bruce Nemo, All-American shotgun shooter, is now also a great all-around shooter.
Perhaps no team here has practiced as hard to prepare for this event. The Sportsman's Team Challenge is really several shooting games rolled into one. It's a team event, and each of the 3 members on a team must compete with rifle, shotgun, and handgun, and in 6 different courses of fire.
A perfect score in each course of fire is 100 for a total of 600 points. But don't expect to see a perfect score even from these superb shooters, because this is an extremely difficult shooting challenge. The first event here at the Team Challenge, the Flurry, certainly is aptly named. With a trap set out directly in front of the shooting stands, competitors begin this fast-paced event with a flurry of 5 targets that fly directly overhead at a variety of angles.
Thereafter, single targets are thrown from any of the 5 traps in a rapid-fire fashion, 50 targets in 50 seconds. The key here is for shooters to stay in sync, loading quickly and shooting only at their designated targets.
Team Texas begins their championship round with the Flurry event. These guys are from Texas, and believe me, they know how to shoot.
Got all those, and they've been getting better every year.
Oh, I like what I'm seeing here. I like this. This looks like a good round in the making. Yeah, these guys are hot. Look out for these guys today. They are hot as a firecracker. This wasn't a competition. This was a demonstration. These guys went straight. Wow, what an exhibition.
It's really not that hard. It's a timing thing. If you're in time, it looks pretty easy. We shoot in a rotation, and prior to the birds coming out, we call and let our teammates know that we're loaded and ready to shoot.
Well, this Sierra Starline team has been in the finals for the last 3 or 4 years at least, and so they know what to expect.
None of them got away. They got them all. Here we go. Now they're going to get their rhythm set up. They're talking to each other. They have their rhythm going. They're trying to make sure that none of them get by. Because if you let one get ahead of you, you're not going to catch up in this.
Yeah, and I think they've lost 2 or 3 there.
This is not as good a showing as we've seen them do before.
No, it's not.
I don't know what's happened, but their rhythm got off there for a while. Now they seem to be back on it.
Unload your shotguns, make the line safe and clear. Keep your shotguns downrange until I check.
Team Dillon enters the championship round this year, wondering if this year is going to be the one where they're not a bridesmaid. They've come in behind Sierra Starline for a couple of years running. We're going to see what they can do here. I know that they really want to win this one.
Got that first flurry.
They seem to be in sync here. The shooting is part of it, but loading is an important part of it. If you fumble a cartridge while you're putting it in there, you can get behind it. It can just cost you the whole thing.
Yeah, they seem to have that reloading down to a fine point now.
Okay, they're in sync. They let one get by, and they may not drop another one.
Beautiful shooting.
Whew, that was some demonstration of shooting. They let one get by them, but after that, they were on the money.
Those targets were smoking. So, after the first shotgun event, it was Team Texas in the lead with a 104.
Combine 5 computer-controlled traps that throw a wide variety of different pairs, and it's easy to understand why many competitors believe the mixed bag is the most challenging of the shotgun events. In the mixed bag, shooters take turns firing at 2 targets thrown simultaneously from any of the 5 traps set out in front, to the side, and in back of the shooting stands. The Sierra Starline team comes into the mixed bag event a little bit behind. This is going to be their chance to catch up here.
Yeah, this is an unusual position for them, and they can make up to 6 points very easily here if they do well, because Dillon and Team Texas didn't do too well on this mixed bag event.
Tell you what, I like the looks of this. These guys are doing well on this station.
They're off to a good start.
Right, grab it!
This is looking pretty darn good right now. A little bit of a breeze has just kicked in here. It's starting to move these targets around, and all of a sudden, these guys are missing a few more targets.
It doesn't take much wind to make a difference with these targets, especially that teal.
Well, I tried to get a little wind pushing that teal away from me, and all of a sudden, it's 10 yards further and much, much harder.
Well, it wasn't as good as I would have liked. I think we had a pretty good run going there, and towards the end, I think lacked a little concentration towards the end there and fell a little short of where we should have been.
Keeping the competition close, the Dillon team matched Sierra target for target and ended up with an identical score of 76. Team Texas, up last, kept the pressure on with a 74.
The flush event is often described as the flurry in reverse. Instead of targets flying toward the shooters, here 5 traps throw targets away from the shooting stands. 5 targets at once to start, and then 1 target from any trap every second thereafter. To score well here, each team needs a coordinated strategy so that each shooter knows which target he's responsible for. But with targets flying all over the place, the best laid plans can easily go up in smoke. All right, going into the flush event, Dillon Precision is up now. It will be the 3rd team of the open class to shoot here, and it's going to have some work to do because I'll tell you, Team Texas set the pace with 100.
Okay, they got all those 5 right off the bat.
Dillon Precision has Art Meyer in that left-hand box. Watch him. He's looking over to the left. He is zeroing in on the targets that come from the left-hand traps. He's not paying any attention to the center or the right-hand targets. They split us up. We're not having to scan the whole sky. Rob Latham's in that center box. He's watching that teal target and playing cleanup. Anything that the other guys miss, Rob's going to jump all over. And over in the right-hand box, you got Mike Voigt. He's taking the right-hand targets, watching those crossers, and basically ignoring everything else.
And nobody's missing very many targets. Team Texas maintained their great teamwork, finishing with a 100 in the flush. And Sierra did almost as well, coming in with a 98. So after the shotgun events, these teams were separated by only 6 points, with Team Texas in the lead with a 278. With a course of fire that is as unique as it is challenging, this Chevy truck event has added a good measure of color and excitement to the shooting sports.
Team Challenge is one of our favorite events.
We just have a blast doing it.
Get to shoot a little bit of everything.
This match is the funnest match I've ever shot.
It's not like any other shooting event where you just punch holes in targets.
There's so many different events here that they don't have at other places that I've seen.
It's just a good, competitive, fun-filled shoot for everybody involved.
It's a very active version of a shooting sport.
Everything is just exciting.
It's a wonderful deal. All of the other games, they pay trophies. This pays money.
Precision and speed are the keys in the rifle event, with open class teams having only 1 minute and 35 seconds to try and hit 46 shooting gallery style targets. Targets are set out in banks of 10 at 45, 60, 75, and 90 yards. In addition, banks of 1-inch targets are out at 40 and 55 yards. In order to score on any target, the inside portion of the target must be squarely hit. As this portion of the target falls back, a white metal flag pops up indicating a downed target.
Whatever a team's strategy, as the clock ticks down, each target gets a lot harder to hit.
Well, Sierra Starline comes to the rifle event 8 shots back from the leaders, Team Texas.
Of course, they've got David Tubb, who is arguably one of the best riflemen in the world.
Probably the best rifleman that America has ever produced. Now, what David's going to be doing, he's going to go out to the 90-meter line. He's going to take the hard targets, the diamonds and the stars, and then he'll move to the next one, take all the hard targets because he's the best shooter. They have this strategy worked out. These guys pretty much have defined how you shoot the rifle event.
Absolutely. Well, they have certainly got it down to a fine point because they've almost got this one mastered.
Just cleared all the 90s, it looks like. They're going to have to come into the 75. Look, nope, they've got all the 75s down. Where are we here? We've got lots of time left.
Got them cleaned with 25 seconds to spare.
It is unbelievable how good these guys are.
We're real happy with a good score, and hopefully we'll just keep going through the pistol round.
So with a perfect 100, Sierra took the lead with a score of 372. As the name implies, the combo event puts rifle and handgun shooting together.
2 team members fire 22 caliber handguns while the third competes with a 22 caliber rifle. There are 50 targets in this event, set out in stands at distances from 25 yards all the way out to 80 yards. This may well be the most difficult of all the events. Many teams keep 2 shooters on the line while the third reloads as the clock ticks down.
Commence firing.
All right, Team Texas is up here. They come to this 2 points back from Sierra Starline. Robert Massey's on the rifle. He is the rifle shooter of this team. And he needs to go long on this one. I tell you, he needs to get out there long, knock those targets down, and give them enough time to take those ones that are up close so they can just hose them.
He already has all of those at the far bank there at 80 yards.
Well, they're using Bruce Nemo as their loader. As I said, Bruce only recently started shooting rifle and handgun. 2 years ago, he had never shot a rifle or a handgun. He's a shotgun guy. So they made him the designated loader.
Robert Massey is taking those targets down out there at a distance, too.
Gun went down, had some failed fires, and something must have got in the chamber. I don't know what happened. As they say, if it's going to break, it'll break while you're shooting in the match, and today it did.
Team Dillon is 10 points back going into the Convoy event. They're going to have a good performance here if they're going to have a chance to win this thing.
Commence firing.
The rifle shooter goes out to the 80-yard bank, knocking those targets down. And Mike's doing a good job with that. Just as we thought, Art Meyer is now loading for the other 2 shooters. He's going to keep them in ammo. That's the strategy. Use one guy just to load. It's a little strange. I'm wondering what Rob Latham is doing here. I just saw him switch to another bank. I would think he would take those close-up targets and mow them down. But I think what they're doing is they're waiting until they have about 10 seconds left. Now, okay, that's what's happening. Rob has moved into the close-up targets. He's such a fast shooter. Now, Art Meyer is back in the game. They're all 3 shooting at once.
Well, it helps a little bit, but we needed to clean the first portion of it.
I think we're shooting the blue part really good. Unfortunately, the targets we need for the points are white. We seem to be shooting right around them, drawing some nice circles. And I don't know if you can spell anything out of all those, but not a really great score, that's for sure.
The Sierra Starline team comes to the Convoy event with a 2-point lead. But I'll tell you what, they are third shooting here. And Texas and Dillon Precision have already shot, and they didn't do as well as they would like.
No, they didn't. If Sierra runs all of these and comes in with 100, they can put some distance between them and the other 2 teams.
Well, quite frankly, anytime you have David Tubb shooting a rifle, it's like having Michael Jordan on your team shooting baskets.
That's just a good comparison because I tell you, David Tubb is some rifle shooter.
Oh, we haven't seen anything like this yet. This is amazing. Oh, my. Would you look at this? Doug Koenig is so good with that handgun. He is unbelievable. They have plenty of time left, and they're done. There's not a target left. They cleaned them all. Unbelievable. Lots of time. These guys are shaking hands, and their time's not up yet. That's unbelievable.
Well, we're making a comeback here for you. You want exciting? It's been too exciting for us.
So with one event to go, Sierra Starline is the team to beat.
This final handgun event combines a variety of distinctly different types of handgun matches shot as a team relay. Speed is the critical factor here, with open teams allowed only 1 minute and 35 seconds. The course itself includes 3 separate sections: a 22 caliber course with biathlon-style targets, a centerfire speed event with falling plate targets set out from 7 to 25 yards, and a centerfire long-range event with 2 banks of 4-inch targets out at 25 and 35 yards. An exciting and challenging way to wrap up this all-around competition.
First up is Team Texas. All great handgun shooters, but they have a lot of points to make up in this last event.
That Jeff Shoppy is shooting the precision handgun. These guys are 19 points back. They not only have to hit them all, they're going to have to go for the bonus targets, which could cost them important time, but they're going to have to take the gamble. Jeff's shooting really well, but I tell you, he needs to pick up the pace. He needs to give his other team members as much time as possible. Every miss that he makes just costs him just a little bit of time. This is not going nearly as well as they'd hoped.
He has a lot of targets still up there. and the time is going.
Okay, he just cleared him. All right, Bruce Nemo's going to shoot the centerfire fast action event here. And he is shooting fast, just as he should.
But they're not going to have any time for this last stage, I don't think.
No.
It's down to 20 seconds now.
Robert Massey's sitting back in the box waiting for his turn, and I don't think he's going to have much time, if any.
Oh, he's missing those big targets.
He's having it. Yeah, went for the bonus. And finally got it. Now he's got a little equipment jam, cost him some time. Robert's not even going to get to the line in time to shoot. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. They just had some tough breaks here. Weren't able to put it together.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we came, we tried, and we did as best we could. And maybe that score will hold up. You never know what will happen to the next teams.
Bob Latham is going to be shooting first. They probably can take second place by not going for the bonus points. Oh, my goodness, he went up and jumped on that bonus point right off the bat. He's hard to hit it.
And they've got to have those bonus points if they want to try to win this.
That's right. If they're going for first place, they have to have the bonus points, which means they're going to have to spend a little time. Now, Rob is a fantastic shooter, but it's still taking him some time to get these targets down. These are so difficult. Okay, got his gun unloaded. All right, that's a good show there. Mike Voigt going up to knock down these big targets, and you're going to see some fast shooting here. Yes, indeed. He already hit the bonus point. He just went up to hit the bonus point like it was a regular target. So what's the problem? He's done with that stage. He's clear. Unbelievable.
Yeah, boy, oh boy, they're going to have a little time left on this last one.
He doesn't have a lot of time. He has about 20 seconds. Let's see what he can do with it. He needs to get on him fast. Oh, he hit that target. It did not go down. He's hitting him just a little low. He's hitting these targets low. He needs to get up on them. Oh, that's costing him too much time. Oh, what a shame. Art's just not able to get on these targets. Oh, that's terrible. You know he feels terrible. Usually he can just hit those targets any day of the week.
A disappointing round for Team Dillon. It helps take the pressure off Sierra Starline, but you can still bet that they'll go all out for a perfect score. Among the hardest fought classes in this event is the AA Sportsman's class. Great club shooters from all around the country. This year's winner, the Cordova Shooting Center team, with a great score of 570.
Hey, you guys not only won, but you won in style. Tell me about that.
Well, we had a game plan coming in just to shoot as good as we could, and we were hoping we wouldn't have any equipment malfunctions, and everything went as planned, so we're real happy.
Well, congratulations. You coming back next year?
Oh, yeah. We got to compete in Open, so it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, you'll have a challenge there. Thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
In the industry class, company shooters go head-to-head to claim bragging rights of the year. And this year, it was the Winchester Ammo team who took top honors with a score of 544.
Well, you guys obviously don't show any sign of relinquishing your domination of this event. Way to go.
Well, I hope not. We practice a lot, and it's a lot of fun. And, we have a really good time, and we get to compete against our friends down here, and we're looking forward to doing it next year.
You're going to be back next year, huh?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tom, we're coming into this last course of fire for Sierra Starline, and they have the commanding lead.
Yeah, Sierra Starline comes into this with a big lead, and quite frankly, unless somebody falls down and can't get back up, they're going to win this thing. This is Doug Koenig. He is a shooting machine. Would you just look at that? I mean, one shot for the bonus target, the little bonus target. That is so awesome. Michael Plaxco. Watch this. He'll go for the little bitty target. Oh, one shot is what it took me. One shot for that bonus target that's so hard. David Tubb, the rifle shooter. This guy knows how to pull a trigger, no matter what he's shooting.
Hit that target, it didn't go down.
They already have more than enough points. What a demonstration. You just can't believe how good these guys are. If you haven't stood there in the box and tried it, you just can't understand how incredibly good these guys are. This is one awesome display. Sierra Starline, they did it again.
4 years in a row.
What a dynasty. These are some awesome shooters. Incredible.
Great shooting. Flawless team strategy. Sierra Starline has again shown they're the team to beat. For their victory, a $30,000 check from Chevy Trucks.
On behalf of the Chevrolet Motor Division, it's my pleasure to present Sierra Starline with the winning check for $30,000. Congratulations. Good shooting, gentlemen.
Thank you. It's our pleasure. And again, we'd like to thank Chevrolet Trucks and also the NSSL for a wonderful tournament.
From a series of unique clay target games to rifle and handgun events that test any shooter's skills, the Chevy Truck Team Challenge has helped redefine the shooting sports. Hope to see you next time on Chevy Truck's Shooting Sports America.